The centralized database acts as the brain. It controls and coordinates. It learns how to make and control the practice members or the organs even more effectively, more efficiently. What does that lead to? It leads to better patient flow, better cash flow, and a greater level of compliance. So it's patient flow, cash flow, and compliance that this practice management system controls and coordinates. So you can imagine is if you're one member, one organ in a body that just does not want to cooperate with the rest of the body, doesn't want to send information, doesn't want to share information, and doesn't want to do its job based on the information it gets, that affects the health of the overall practice. So again, the way the system works is each region of the practice you can think of as a region of the spine. You have scheduling, you have billing, you have documentation. Scheduling is made up of different steps or steps in the process. And the process is like the backbone, each step being a vertebrae. In the scheduling process, we know we need to make an appointment, we need to know who has future appointments, we know there needs to be care plans. All these are steps in the process. Anytime there's a misalignment or a step in the process that doesn't happen properly, it's basically subluxation, and it blocks the data getting from the scheduler, let's say, to the travel card where the documentation happens, or over to billing where the claims are actually billed. So any subluxation or backup in the data is measured in our system as a task or a ticket. If we have an untrained user that doesn't know how to, first of all, follow the steps in the process, or second of all, how to manage the work that the system brings to the surface, what we have is subluxation. Again, not just in that practice and the cash flow, the patient flow, and the compliance of that practice, but it's a subluxation of the entire network. And really just can't afford that as a profession. So again, we need to have every single user optimally trained on the system. And that's how vitally important it is to the success and the health of your practice and the overall network. So our training system has 7 key components. Number 1, we have 100 online classes with quizzes. Number 2, you can actually track the progression of those classes per user. You can see which classes they've taken, which they've passed, which they need to retake. Then we have a rating system for all training materials. Whatever classes you take or quizzes you take or training materials that are out there, you get to rate them. And that's actually helped us drastically improve over time the materials that are there for you today. They've been all tested, and usually by now they all have good ratings, but if we introduce something new, please take the opportunity to rate the materials that you have and give feedback. Number 4 is there's a searchable help or frequently asked question and answer section. So you can always go in there and search, kind of like a Google search, for stuff specific to billing precision. Number 5, there's daily live help sessions, so you can actually log on, click on a schedule, and you can see each day there's a live help session where there's a live person. You can log in and ask a question and you'll get a real answer from a real person. Number 6, the help ticketing system. Help ticketing is awesome because when you create a ticket, it's fully transparent and trackable. When you create a ticket, it says who you are, when you created it. Therefore, you can say who replied to you and how long it took for them to reply, what their answer was, and then it's trackable. It can be bounced back and forth between each person involved in the conversation or over to another person for more feedback, and that way you're sure that that ticket or that question gets answered, not unlike a claim ticket. Number 7 would be the discussion forums, which is just a simple place within the system where you can go and voice an opinion, ask a question, and get feedback from other people on the network. So when it comes to training, remember, when you're using billing precision, it's not just about making your practice as efficient as possible. It's about making the entire system as efficient as possible so you have better patient flow, better cash flow, better compliance, and ultimately you're giving every opportunity that you have to pass along the principles of chiropractic the best opportunity to do that. So it's not just about a better scheduler, better notes, or better compliance. It's about giving every person the best opportunity to live a healthier and more fulfilling life based on chiropractic principles.